Growing up, I used to hear stories of my grandfather and grandmother walking out of the desert for the first time and seeing white faces and camels. Throughout my grandparents' life, it's been a struggle having to work up on pastoral stations for no more than sugar, flour and a bit of tea. And it's the hardships that I hear through these stories that sort of inspire me to go along the journey that I've been taking and to also realise that how fortunate I am. Growing up, I spent a lot of time out in rural and remote communities. People that lived there were Indigenous and were my family. And I guess growing up, I thought that sickness was just an everyday part of life, whether that be diabetes, chronic kidney issues, and constantly having to go to funerals. To see it so often that I did, I had no idea that this was completely wrong. And it wasn't until I was fortunate enough to receive a scholarship to go to Perth and compare life that this isn't right. Realising this inequality between my families and families that I met down in Perth, I wasn't just going to stand by and let it continue to happen. So I'm the first from my community to receive a high school certificate and the first to receive a university degree. After high school, I moved over to Sydney to study a double degree in medical science and medicine. It's quite a hard balancing act we have to do when we move down to the big cities, and it's quite a culture shock for all of us. Family means the world to me, and it's been such a huge sacrifice to walk away from that. It's a word that I like to explain with kujiragari, which is walking in both worlds. And I guess I wouldn't be the only one in this boat, and this would be the same for all young Indigenous people who have to leave their communities to receive an education in today's world. I never had someone to look up to ask questions, and I guess that's a major reason as to why I want to mentor and tutor young Indigenous people, is to be that person, is to give them the support they need, to make sure that I also understand where they're coming from in terms of living away from home, living away from country, living away from family, making the most of their opportunities. I just want to be there to support them. I guess my story is quite unique, but hopefully one day I want to live in a world and in Australia where it is not such an amazing thing for an Indigenous person from a rural area to be studying medicine. I want that change to happen in the end of my lifetime, and to see it happen, I need to go back and empower others.